Dear students, usually students are prone to get into confusions, some assumptions, and usually they'll try to find out a shortcut and end up in wrong answer. Let me give a very simple example. What is tan inverse of alpha plus cot inverse of alpha? Tan inverse of alpha plus cot inverse alpha is equal to pi by 2. What is tan inverse of beta plus cot inverse of beta? That is also pi by 2. So then what is tan inverse of alpha plus tan inverse of 1 by alpha plus cot inverse of alpha plus cot inverse of 1 by alpha? Pi by 2 plus pi by 2 is equal to pi. So if you look at the question here, you have something. Without looking into the questions, we can say option A is correct, pi. But wait, nobody will give you a straight question like that. It's a very rare case, particularly mathematics. While people are setting the paper, they'll be very cautious. They'll see to it that you should make a mistake. Let us look into the question. Let alpha beta are the roots of the quadratic equation x square plus 7x plus k into k minus 3 is equal to 0 for all k belongs to 0, 3 and k is a constant. Then the value of tan inverse of alpha plus tan inverse of 1 by alpha plus tan inverse of beta plus tan inverse of 1 by beta is option A is pi, option B is pi by 2, option C is 0 and option D is minus pi by 2. Look at this, dear students. We have the equation x square plus 7x plus k into k minus 3 is equal to 0. Then what about product of the roots? Assume alpha beta are the roots. Then what is alpha into beta? Alpha beta is k into k minus 3. Is that correct? Alpha beta means product of the roots is k into k minus 3, where k belongs to 0, 3. Let me draw the graph of k into k minus 3. Do you agree with me? I have taught you this in quadratic chapter. This is 0 and this is 3. K into k minus 3 is a negative quantity. See here, if k belongs to 0, 3, for all k belongs to 0, 3, k into k minus 3 is clearly negative. Very, very important information this is, dear students. So as k into k minus 3 is negative, alpha beta is negative. Alpha into beta is negative means one of these two should be of negative quantity. That means to say alpha or beta is negative. In short, what we can say is alpha is positive, beta is negative and vice versa. Or let us put it in a simpler way, alpha beta are of opposite sign. Do you agree with me? Alpha beta are of opposite sign. Very, very important information. Right? So now, what is tan inverse alpha plus tan inverse of 1 by alpha? Tan inverse alpha plus cot inverse of alpha. Assume alpha is positive. Now, tan inverse of alpha plus cot inverse alpha is clearly pi by 2. Do you agree with me? And what about beta? If you consider alpha as positive, beta must be negative. Then tan inverse of beta is negative. Tan inverse of 1 by beta is also negative. But tan inverse of beta plus tan inverse of 1 by beta is pi by 2. So as you have to write minus sign along with it, you will get minus pi by 2. So pi by 2 minus pi by 2 is equal to 0 and not pi. Therefore, dear students, you can observe here tan inverse of alpha. See, of course, before that I should write a word. Alpha, beta are of opposite sign. Very, very important logic. Alpha, beta are of opposite sign. Now we will talk. Observe carefully, dear students. We have tan inverse alpha plus tan inverse 1 by alpha. Do you agree with me? Tan inverse of alpha plus tan inverse of 1 by alpha is pi by 2. Considering alpha as a positive quantity. Assuming alpha is positive, I'll call this as pi by 2. I hope, dear students, you are following this. Now, as tan inverse of alpha plus tan inverse of 1 by alpha is pi by 2, let us write cot inverse alpha plus cot inverse beta plus tan inverse beta. Intentionally, I have written cot inverse of beta instead of tan inverse of 1 by beta. I hope you know this. tan inverse of 1 by x is cot inverse of x and vice versa. See, cot inverse beta plus tan inverse beta is a negative quantity, because if alpha is positive, beta is negative, therefore this must be minus pi by 2. Do you agree with me? Now what is pi by 2 minus pi by 2? Answer is 0. I hope you have understood this. 90% of the students, when it was given in the exam, have written the answer as pi instead of writing 0. That's why you must be very, very cautious while deciding which is the correct option. Got it, dear students? Now let us go to the next problem. Dear students, I always propose this. It is advisable to solve one problem in many ways than doing many problems in one single method. I have taken a problem here. I'll give you two different methods for the same problem. So, look at the question. If tan inverse of x whole square plus cot inverse of x whole square is 5 pi squared by 8, then x is option A minus 1, option B 0, option B 1, and option C 0, and option D is root 3. If you observe carefully, dear students, we have tan inverse of x whole square plus cot inverse of whole square is equal to 5 pi square by 8. Out of 4 options given, easiest option is yes, it is 0. If you substitute tan inverse of 0, you will get 0. The cot inverse of 0 is pi by 2. Pi square by 4, which is not a right option, straight away you can ignore that. Next easier is option B. Option B is 1. Tan inverse of 1 is pi by 4. Cot inverse of 1 is pi by 4. Pi by 4 whole square plus pi by 4 whole square is pi square by 16 plus pi square by 16, that is equal to 2 pi square by 16 or pi square by 8. Therefore, that is also not correct. Now we are left out with either this or this. One of these two should be correct. Right? As we have 8 in the denominator, it is a relative of 4. So what we can do is, we can try with x is equal to minus 1. What is tan inverse of minus 1? Tan inverse of minus 1 is minus pi by 4. So when x is equal to minus 1, so what happens to this is, tan inverse of minus 1 is minus pi by 4. Minus pi by 4 whole square is pi square by 16. Do you agree with me? Cot inverse of minus 1 is what? Pi minus pi by 4. So pi minus pi by 4 whole square. What is pi minus pi by 4? 3 pi by 4. Is that correct? So 3 pi by 4 whole square, that is 3 square pi square by 16. Right? So pi square by 16 plus 3 square pi square by 16. Is that correct? So now, what you will get now? 9 pi square by 16 plus 1 pi square by 16, that is 10 pi square by 16. 10 pi square by 16 is nothing but equal to 5 pi square by 8. So that clearly says option A is correct. This is method number 1. Actually, this is the method of elimination. We got the answer. Now let us try to adopt a different method. Look at this, dear students. We have tan inverse of x whole square. We have cot inverse of x. So I'll write tan inverse of x as it is. Right? Instead of tan inverse of x, I'll write t square plus cot inverse of x is given by pi by 2 minus tan inverse of x. So I'll write it as pi by 2 minus t. Pi by 2 minus t whole square. I hope you're following this. This is 5 pi square by 8. Do you agree with me? Right? Now, what is the value of t? You have to expand this. Or straight away you can substitute minus pi by 2. The reason is, this is pi square by 8, pi by 2 plus pi by 4. That is 3 pi square by 2, 3 pi square by 4 whole square will clearly give you 5 pi by square 8, 5 pi square by 8. This implies tan inverse of x is equal to pi by 4 minus pi by 4. This implies t is equal to minus 1. Is that correct? Or this implies x is equal to minus 1. This is a simple and straightforward method. Both the methods are one and the same, but the easier is the method of elimination. But remember, while eliminating, you should have to look into all 4 options. Standard method advantage is you can straight away use the formula and substitute. There is one more method, that is the method of graphical approach, that we shall discuss in our next problems. Dear students, we have discussed this concept in the chapter called quadratics. We have discussed this in differentiation chapter, and we are discussing now. What is that? AM of 2 numbers is greater than or equal to GM of 2 numbers. Arithmetic mean is always greater than or equal to geometric mean. X plus Y is always greater than or equal to 2 root x by. And x plus 1 by x must be greater than or equal to 2. Concept number 1. And second important thing is, x plus 1 by x can be less than or equal to minus 2 also. That depends on the value of x. Concept number 3. Sine function or cos function, maximum value is plus 1, minimum value is minus 1. Concept number 4. Sine square x or cos square x or tan square x or cot square x or in general any square, minimum value or the least value is equal to 0. Sine square x ranges from 0 to 1, including 0 and including 1. Whereas tan square x, the set of values of tan square x is 0 to infinity, including 0 to excluding infinity. Look at the question, dear students. The number of ordered pairs xy of real numbers satisfying the equation 1 plus x square plus 2x sine of cos inverse of y is option A 0, option B 1, option C 2 and option D is 3. Look at this, dear students. We have 1 plus x square is equal to minus 2x sine of cos inverse of y. Don't ask me how did you get this. I just shifted 2x sine of cos inverse of y to right hand side. We got it as negative. Now divide by x both the sides. If we divide by x, what happens? 1 plus x square by x, I can write it as 1 by x plus x, that is for the left hand side, is equal to minus 2 times sine of cos inverse of y. Do you agree with me? Sine of cos inverse of y. What is the least value of left hand side? The least value, of course, I am talking about positive value. Least positive value of left hand side is 2. 1 by x plus x is always greater than or equal to 2. Do you agree with me? Right? It's an important logic here. And also 1 by x plus x, maximum negative value is equal to minus 2. Is that correct? If you observe carefully, 1 by x plus x, the maximum value is minus 2 when it is negative. Right? So, x is equal to minus 1, x is equal to minus 1, then x plus 1 by x is equal to minus 2. That is one possibility. And y is equal to 0, we will get minus 2 sine of cos inverse of 0. 2 sine of cos inverse of 0. Cos inverse of 0 is what? Sine of pi by 2 is 1. Minus 2 into 1 is minus 2. So, the only possibility is x is equal to minus 1 and y is equal to 0. So, number of ordered pairs are minus 1, comma 0. The only one possibility, that is option B, is correct. Got it, dear students? Now, let us go to the next problem. Suppose cos x is equal to 1. What is the value of x? X must be equal to 0 or 2 pi or 4 pi. In general, x is equal to 2n pi. That is concept number 1. Let us consider one more situation. Cos x plus cos y is equal to 2. Then definitely cos x must be equal to 1 and cos y must be equal to 1. The reason is maximum value of cos x is equal to 1 and the right hand side we have 2. 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. Therefore, x is equal to 2 n pi and y is equal to 2 n pi. Similarly, if you have cos x plus cos y plus cos z is equal to 3, straight away we can say x, y, z all are 2 n pi. Based on this particular concept, we have a question here. Look at the question, dear students. Number of solutions of summation r is equal to 1 to 5, cos rx is equal to 5 in the interval closed interval 0 to open interval 4 pi is. Option A 0, option B 2, option C 3 and option D is 7. Do you agree with me, dear students? This is nothing but equal to summation r is equal to 1 to 5 means that must be cos x plus cos 2x plus cos 3x, cos 3x plus cos 4x plus cos 5x. Do you agree with me? And that is equal to 5. That is equal to 5. Now, clearly, cos x must be equal to 1, cos 2x must be equal to 1, cos 3x must be equal to 1, cos 4x and cos 5x, each of them must be equal to 1. That clearly says, straight away we can see x must be equal to 2n pi. But there is a clear restriction on x, that is x must belong to 0 to 4 pi, including 0 and excluding 4 pi. That clearly implies x is equal to 0, that is the first possibility, 2 pi, that is the second possibility. 4 pi must be excluded because 4 pi is in the exclusion. That clearly says option B is correct. Understood this, dear students? Now let us go to the next problem.